Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out Internet Computer's price chart, and I'm going to tell you why I think the current move down that we are having in the past 24 hours most likely soon is going to come to an end, and there's a good chance this might be just a buy the dip opportunity. But before we get into all that good stuff, at first we are going to talk about Caffeine AI, and after months of waiting, finally phase 3 is live and Caffeine AI is open to everybody and you can all use it. Now, personally, one of the reasons that I didn't actually apply for early access was actually because I was a bit cautious. You see, sometimes what we see in early versions do end up looking very much different from the final product. And for example, if you like video games, I think you all remember Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, right? In the early access version, everything was fine. In the final version, everything was absolutely 100% not fine. And I think because of the launch, that is probably going to be the worst game of the decade. So that was actually the main reason for why I didn't actually apply for early access of Caffeine AI. And right now, since everything is public, I think we can all talk about it. And it seems like honestly, everything is working smoothly. Now, if we take a look at Dominic Williams' tweet, he actually said a couple of days ago that this is hopefully going to be the last weekend before Caffeine AI opens up, so anybody can create applications using artificial intelligence on a revolutionary self-writing network stack that pushes today's limits. And pay attention to this. He said, "We will watch and tune, then slowly ramp marketing. Millions of applications on ICP are possible." So it seems like that they are actually not going to rush into anything. They are going for a very much a slow and a steady rollout, which I do actually believe is kind of a smart move because it gives them time to test performances and scale naturally before going all in on marketing. Now, let's talk about performance a little bit, and from what I have tested, it seems like that Caffeine AI actually runs really well. And if you just want to, for instance, build a simple application using, let's say, a few prompts, okay, it's I think going to take somewhere between 3 to 5 minutes to get it done. And if you want to create, I don't know, let's say maybe more advanced, maybe multi-layered applications that need multiple prompts and integrations, I think it's gonna take around 10 to 20 minutes, I would say tops, to get the job done. And this is actually still quite fast compared to most no-code artificial intelligence tools out there. And honestly, I don't really believe that I need to convince you that this product actually works. Since it is now fully accessible to the public, okay, just go ahead and try it yourself. Build an application, test it out, and if you run into any major issues, okay, please drop them in the comment section. We will talk about it together in the next videos, no problem at all. Now, in terms of the subscription plan, as you can see, it seems like that the prices are actually quite reasonable and competitive, and compared to other similar platforms, like for instance Lovable and Base44, I think caffeine plans are actually just a little bit cheaper in most cases, especially considering the features that you are getting with caffeine. And that, in my view, is a huge deal because we talked about this thing so many times in every single video about Caffeine AI. You see, we said it before. If you are able to keep users' costs low while at the same time maintaining solid quality, people naturally are going to move toward your product, and you don't really even need a lot of marketing to attract a whole lot of adoption. The price is just going to do the talk, and people will at the end of the day test your product. And if you do indeed have a solid product to present, well, okay, they are going to stick around and you are going to see more and more usage of caffeine. So overall, now that caffeine is officially open to the public, I think we are from this point moving forward going to see a whole lot less speculation and a whole lot more focus on real product and adoption metrics. And I think in the next 6 months to about a year, we will really have a solid answer on, okay, is this going to be a product that is going to attract a lot of adoption or not? If yes, great, we can expect good price appreciations. If not, okay, that is going to be a bit of a problem. We need to definitely work on that. But right now, at least, everything in my view so far looks solid. The product absolutely works. Pricing, I would say, is fair, and the roadmap seems quite realistic. So everything seems to be going according to the bullish track. And the only thing that is not at the moment going according to the bullish track is what? Yup, unfortunately, the price. And I wonder, is this going to be another of those times where we are going to see some strong moves on the upside in the next, I don't know, let's say 6 months to about a year, and everybody is going to show up and say, well, okay, how could have we known that the price is going to have an insane bull run? And well, this is literally how. Based on this tweet from IC Terminal, the number of addresses holding at least 1 million ICP token surged recently to 82 wallets, marking a new annual peak, which is awesome. And again, you have to ask yourself, why is it that the price is going down? But in the last couple of months, whales just been accumulating more and more ICP token. Is this going to be another of those examples where the writing is going to be all over the wall, but we just choose not to see it and absolutely ignore it? And it's going to be only the moments that the price is going to go up big time that we are going to realize, oh, okay, this was actually the plan all along. I think this is actually going to end up being one of those situations. And if you, for example, also check out other metrics, this is actually the large wallets holding somewhere between 10 to 100,000 ICP tokens, and it is now over 87.1 million tokens. And as you can see, recently we have seen an insane jump in this metric. And if you pay attention to the price, well, okay, we are just constantly setting lower highs and lower lows. So what is going on, my friends? I think this is actually the accumulation phase, and I really have a hard time believing for ICP, and for that matter, I would say for a lot of other altcoins, that we are going to see these prices at least by the end of this cycle. I mean, sure, give me an insane bull run, give me like a $20 to $30 ICP, and at that point, I'm willing to argue, you know what? Yep, probably a lot of traders are actually opening some massive leverage positions, and at that point, I don't really mind if we get a massive crash in order to liquidate them all. Right now, however, I do not believe that we are having many leverage positions open, and that's why I think downsides in a lot of other altcoins, maybe actually except Ethereum, are going to be very limited. Now, in terms of the price action and my field of works, specific Elliott waves, I think we are actually looking very much promising, because if you remember, the last time that we talked about internet computer, we were right around highs, and the idea was that what we want to see in order to talk bullish with more confidence is a very slow and choppy correction, followed by at least another move on the upside. And I think back in the day, we talked about the idea of having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is going to be into a wave 3 and then 4 and then 5. Basically, the idea of having in this area a series of 1-2s. Now, however, I think the structures in here are a little bit different. Why? Because first things first, let's go around here actually. You see, in terms of Elliott waves, if you want to argue that we have hit our final low around this area, then okay, at least you need to be able to find off of the lowest low a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave if you want to sort of kind of flip bullish. Now, this specific case is called an impulse. Rules for it are, this is important, please pay attention. We should not have overlapping of the waves between our wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of 5 wave, our wave 3 is simply not allowed to be the smallest wave. And in terms of the sub waves, I think you know it. We have to have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5, and for wave 2 and 4, we can have different scenarios. Let's say, yeah, okay, WXY into 4 and an ABC structure into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart, because I want to show you how we are absolutely able to find an internet computer off of the lows a 5 wave. You see, in my opinion, from this high to about here and not maybe these areas, we are actually having a correction down in form of an ABC expanded flat, since this last leg is kind of a strong move on the downside. Also, in this region, I think this is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. This is absolutely, in my opinion, another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, and off of the lowest low, you are also able to find a 5 wave. And pay attention between this move down and also this one. As you can see, yep, we absolutely do not have overlapping of the waves. So here is what I'm trying to say. I believe in ICP we have actually completed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure up, meaning yep, the bottom most likely is in. And also when you pay attention to some other factors, you are actually going to realize, yeah, in ICP downsides are very limited and these prices are probably gone for now. And followed by this 5 wave up, I think we are actually having a correction down. And in my view, it's going to be most likely in form of an A, B, C zigzag. And in terms of the sub waves, you know it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A, correction for wave B. Let's say WXY in this case, and another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down into C. Let's go on the left chart. Okay, so I think that from this point, excuse me, we are having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down, followed by an ABC on the upside like this, and then this is most likely yet another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure down in order to complete the subwaves, in my view at least, for a beautiful looking A, B, C zigzag. And I think in the next, I'm gonna say probably 72 hours to about 5 days, we are going to hit the low of our correction and we are going to witness a beautiful strong bounce. Why? Because I'm thinking we are probably having in here on a higher degree 5 up into 1 correction for wave 2, and what's next? Great move up into wave 3, 4, 5, and I think this is going to happen rather quickly. So as you can see, I would like to stand with what I said in the previous videos. I am a big fan of having in this area a bit of a V-shaped recovery. And for example, if you just close ICP's chart, and for that matter a lot of other altcoins charts, and you just come back, I don't know, let's say 10 to 15 days from now, I think you are going to see prices higher than these points at the beginning of the crashing hour. And in case of ICP, it's somewhere around, let's say, $4.50. So I think right now everything seems bullish despite the recent phase on the downside. And because I think the overall structures are looking very much promising and optimistic, I'm actually accumulating ICP around the lows because I don't really believe that we are going to see these prices for long. So why not accumulate more tokens around the lows, since in terms of fundamentals, we are definitely having positive vibes and Caffeine is finally open to the public and everybody can use it. So if you think this is a terrible product, okay, go use it yourself and then tell us what you think about the product. We will absolutely cover it in the next videos. But from at least what I have seen, I believe that the future for ICP and Caffeine AI is very much bright. And in the next couple of years, we are going to continue attracting more and more adoption. So in terms of fundamentals, not a whole lot to be worried about. In terms of technical analysis, we are also looking great. Well, okay, I don't really believe that I can tell you these prices are actually considered expensive. I think we are around the absolute lows. And also the fact that whales are buying around the lows big time, like we talked about it at the beginning of the video, I think is yet another very important sign suggesting, yep, probably soon we are going to recover from all this situation. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in internet computer. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.